Okay.
Called it.
I knew you were gonna start with that. I knew that was the first thing you were gonna say, and here comes.
We're a little bit late on it, but like.
Yeah.
So, did I not call it? And you guys don't know this, but I've been saying it for like.
He's
at
been
least
saying
a
this
year.
for not a year.
No.
Well, from what I know, you've been
saying
saying it for like a month.
Even before we started talking about this stuff, I was talking about it. I said Jimmy Butler is a perfect fit for Miami. You know, we could really use a player like him.
We'll get into it later.
Him and Paul George.
Y'all need more than Jimmy Butler to make it to the conference finals.
Yeah, I agree. But
welcome back to the We Say podcast.
Yeah, welcome back.
Oh, I thought you were gonna finish it. Never mind. Whatever. Slogan's dead.
Oh wait, was that
no? No, it's okay. It's okay. Just.
It's been like 3 weeks since we've filmed, so I don't even remember what I'm supposed to do.
We've both been traveling back and forth for like a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And now this week I'm going again. So.
Yeah.
Happy editing.
So now I got to edit this again. I've edited the last 2 or 3.
You edited the last one, and we found the other one again.
Okay, but I edited that one.
Yeah, like a month ago.
No. It still counts as editing. Because
right.
I had to export it. I had to upload it. It took 24 hours to upload.
You're an upload. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god, we're ridiculous.
We're just going to jump... Oh, by the way, PSA real quick. For some reason, I've been talking to a lot of people I know, and they say, oh, you know, I'd watch your podcasts, but I'm not really into sports. And I'm just like...
Tragic.
It's not a sports podcast, first off. We talk about sports, but we talk about other things as well. So, I mean...
Tragic Bronson alert. So just leave the sports for less. Why not?
Exactly. So we're just going to, like, rotate that over to the back of the podcast and go from there.
So do you want to start with
We'll still start with
topic?
We'll still start with kicking it off.
Oh, okay, brilliant.
If we didn't, then it wouldn't make sense because we're not kicking anything off.
We could.
I guess we could be kicking off the sports.
There you go.
All right, we're gonna do that. All right,
brilliant.
We're gonna rotate that to the back of the.
All right, let me just
thing.
Simply because my OCD will kill me. Cut. But we have everything that we want to say in like a little organized thing because.
Yeah,
contrary to popular belief, we actually try to put effort into this and like have a order.
Even though it doesn't look like it, even though it looks like we just meet up and we're like, all right, what are we gonna do?
We actually try, but
yeah,
you know,
it takes time. Especially the thing that takes the longest is like figuring out what we're going to talk about.
Like we try days in advance, and then it never really materializes until we actually sit down and figure it out.
Yeah, literally, we're like, all right, I think we're going to talk about this, this, and this, and then like we get here, and we're like, all right, what are we doing? And then we're like, all right, that's it. That's what we're going to do.
Well, just to hop right in, so you don't take up too much time with pointless mediocre.
That's true. Yeah, we got to keep this kind of
without pointless filler. Let's just compact this. So, our first thing that we were talking about. This is something we were actually talking about a while ago. And that's the only reason why I remembered it. Is that with the music that we have nowadays, do people actually like the music, or do they just like the artists that make them? Like. All this pop culture music, most of it is the same crap every single time.
I think we could just talk about it like all music in general.
Well, you can.
But I think it varies, honestly, for artists, obviously. Like, some artists I think are liked because they are who they are. Others because of the music they're putting out. And then a little bit of both.
Like who? For each?
Okay, an example of somebody who puts out mediocre music but still gets a lot of attention.
Every YouTuber that makes music ever.
Well, yeah, for one thing, but I'm not even going to count that. I might get hate for this, I don't know, but I'm just going to say Ariana Grande.
Really?
I've listened to her music, and it's, like, boring to me.
Her music actually makes sense in music world.
Does it?
Like, it follows...
Okay, that's not my genre.
No, it's your opinion. It's whatever. Yeah. But her music actually makes sense. I'm trying to think of somebody that I just can't stand their music that's popular right now.
There's a lot of people, but it's like at the same time, if they have like a niche that they're filling, it sort of makes sense.
Sure.
And also, I think some of these people, it's like, you know, older artists that maybe in the past they put out good music. So say like Kanye, for example.
I still love
He's
Kanye.
still making music.
I don't care what Kanye puts out. I'll listen to it. It's so
exactly. But like, I don't think anybody's going to disagree that his older music is what was better.
Of course.
You know,
that Life of Pablo album when that dropped. That's like, I still listen to that. And when I was on tour, I listened to that literally every single day. Between that and Damn, when Kendrick Lamar released that. But no, I really...
think this coffee's ever going to cool down.
Oh, it will. Just... I made him coffee before that we started, and I gave him this giant tall mug. Don't try it. You're probably going to spill some of it. Yeah, we're going to spill all over your laptop. It's just this giant thing, and he's been sipping on it awkwardly for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was my first sip right there.
Okay, so
he's been so hot. It's still super hot.
He's been testing it for the last 10 minutes. But back to the music. I really don't think that... Okay, so I love Bruno Mars and stuff like that, but most of his music is very simplistic and very easy to make. I love I'm trying to think, all of these popular people that everybody is so in love with all the time.
Justin Bieber.
I haven't listened to any of Justin Bieber's music.
Okay, but so then the music that you have listened to of his,
yeah, okay,
would you say he's one of those people where it's like they like the artist because he's the artist?
It used to be like that, and then he started doing stuff with actual musicians.
Okay.
Right? So he started doing stuff with actual musicians, and he's gotten a lot better at it, from what I can tell. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I'm not too qualified to talk on Biebs. Yeah. Biebs. Yikes. I hate being a millennial sometimes. And I just love old music. I really just love the older music.
Okay, so in the older genres, who would you say they like the artist because they are who they are, not because of what they're putting out?
Bon Jovi and U2.
Okay. Well, what's so special about U2? Because I don't understand it at all. I've heard some of their songs and they're just sort of boring to me.
It's just classic rock. It's the same way how when we listen to music from when we were in elementary school and middle school, we're like, oh my god, remember this, remember that? Mm-hmm. It's the same kind of concept for people above the age of like 40. Okay. U2 is great.
I've got one actually.
Oh, go for it.
I'm going to catch a lot of shit for this, but...
Nice.
The Beatles.
Ooh, that's hard because when they made music, it was all about being simple. It was all about being simple and very easy for people to catch on to.
Yeah, it's a controversial one for sure.
That's definitely a controversial one.
I personally think they're pretty overrated. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like their music. They have good music, but it's like it's not something I can listen to a lot.
Name 3 songs.
3 songs? All right, Hey Jude.
Okay.
What's the one about Strawberry Fields Forever? And I'm trying to remember
the popular one that everyone... You almost spilled all of that.
I know, that's what I'm saying, man. It's dangerous.
What, are you trying to remember?
No, I'm trying to separate their singles from their...
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm already impressed. I didn't think you were going to get that far.
No, I used to listen to their music.
Most people say, "Here comes the sun," and then they don't know what else to say.
I honestly haven't listened to them in a good 6 months.
Yeah, I haven't listened.
So I'd have to refresh myself. But once I started looking at the songs, I'd be like, yeah, I know.
So for the last couple of months, I've been pretty much listening to nothing but Queen stuff because that's the show that we're teaching the kids at the high school. They have a Queen show this year, so I've just been listening to a ton of that. And so, that's 80s, right? Freddie Mercury and all that? 70s? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I've just been listening to a lot of 70s music then, and stuff around that time. And it's so simple. The music is...
Not really. If you could Led Zeppelin in the 70s, that is not simple music.
Well, that's guitar shredding, and that's chord structure and stuff like that. It's chord structure.
Okay.
Well, when I say guitar shredding, I mean they're playing stuff based directly off of the chord that they have, and it's very easy. To me. Okay, so let's say you're playing a G chord. You play things that fall into the scale of G, and it sounds right.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Ask all the artists today because they don't.
Okay, so they're just trying to be different. I get that now.
I mean, there's an abstract way to do it. Like you could play different kinds of scales, but if you want to play the major/minor scales and it fits perfectly well, then it totally works. But if you're playing a chord in G and then people start playing stuff in the scale of F,
it just sounds
weird. Sounds so wrong. Yeah. And that's what happens in most music nowadays. And I hate being classically trained so much sometimes.
Well, I'm not classically trained, and I still feel the same sort of way.
No, but
it's probably different. For different reasons.
It's like if we go fishing, and I did something totally, and I'm just laughing about it. You're just like, Jesus, dude, you're so dumb. It's that kind of thing. Yeah, we both feel stupid, but you feel so much more like this idiot is just using all of my
hold bait the reel upside down, hold the spinner on the top.
No, puts my entire fist on the reel as it.
There's a lot of things you could do, and I would just be like, I've seen a lot of things as far for fishing that people have done, and it's just like, I didn't think people could like be made that stupid.
Trust me, in band world, I've seen some stupid crap.
Yeah.
Like, that's something I've always wanted to do. Because especially since we live at the waterfront right here. Like, just learning how to fish, really. Like, I know, but I really don't.
Yeah, well, I could teach you. Maybe we'll make a video about
Alright,
that.
Eric. New video of fishing off
So
my
he's
backyard.
going to teach me how to play the guitar. I'm going to teach him how to fish. We're going to upload that on my channel. Maybe.
I'll teach you how to play Guitar Hero. Really good at that.
So, alright, how about like in the 80s then? Who do
Oh, yeah,
you
right.
think would be better?
What do you mean?
I don't need to repeat it every time. We know what we're talking
What do you mean? Thinking about the 80s?
Like artists that are more hyped up than
That are more
music deserves.
Probably Queen.
No, the 80s. Well, they are still in the
That's
80s,
still
I guess.
the 80s.
But like,
I mean, I'm trying to... every time we go beyond the 90s, everything kind of meshes into one for me. So, give me a second.
I can name some rock bands from the 80s. You
Go
got
for it.
Metallica, Guns N' Roses.
Metallica. Done.
Really?
Their music is very, very hard, but also very, very not if you know how to play the guitar.
Okay.
Because once you learn... It's like Dragon Force. Once you learn one Dragon Force song, they all sound the same. And they're all a lot of the same.
You got Motley Crue, you got
No, that's actually not at all. It's pretty difficult. Well,
Bon
you know
Jovi.
what? Bon Jovi.
Van Halen.
No. Van Halen is ridiculous. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't like their music. Although if you watch the first or second, I think it was the second.
It was probably
second podcast.
I think it was the very, very first one that we were talking about.
Maybe it was the first.
Or three favorite.
One of the two. Anyways, he said to listen to
Eruption by Van Halen, specifically Eddie Van Halen's Eruption.
Yeah, the guitar solo.
Crazy.
I listened to that actually for the first time last night.
Crazy.
And I was just like,
it's patterns of threes over and over again. 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and it's really, really fast to the point that it sounds absolutely crazy. Okay, I'm gonna catch some heat on this one because I just thought about it and it's so true.
I think I know what you're saying.
Okay, so we're not talking about if we like the artist or not, right? We're talking about if their music is simplistic and it's
Not necessarily simplistic, but if I guess their image outweighs what they're putting out.
Yeah, their image
I know
outweighs
exactly
what
what you're going to say. Go
Do you
ahead.
know exactly what I'm going to say? Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay.
His music, obviously, he's the legendary. He's like the legendary king of pop. But half of the
That's
time,
still a bold statement, though.
people loved him more than the music sometimes. Because there are some Michael Jackson songs that are released that people don't even know about. Mm-hmm. Everyone just knows the big 3 or 4. And he has hundreds, literal hundreds. And people would go to all these concerts to listen to him and whatnot. And it was for him.
Well, exactly. He had style. He had the
Exactly.
gloves, did the moonwalk.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Deal.
They loved the person more than they loved the music. That's what the second is.
Okay, I hear that.
Okay, what do you think
I thought you were
going to
say Slash.
No, because Slash was a part of Guns N' Roses. I mean, I guess he was more freelance than anything.
Well, no, I mean, this is irrelevant. We're talking about him and Guns N' Roses, but like, he's doing other stuff now, which a lot of them do. They, form different bands.
Yeah.
But like, I would sort of put him in that category because he was a great guitarist, but people didn't really like him for that. I don't think necessarily, or at least not people who weren't necessarily like music type people. I guess.
Well, then who else listened to Slash if they weren't music type people?
People who just like that lifestyle. I'm talking about in that time.
Okay,
it was cool music to listen to.
Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine. I'm trying to think of other like big songs that Slash was the feature in Guns N' Roses.
Paradise City,
Slash
November Rain.
Slash was not the
But what do you
feature
mean
for
feature?
Paradise. Like the guitar is what made the song. In Welcome to the Jungle, the guitar and the crazy sounds. Because back when that was first released, that was all about the funky sounds you can make with the guitar. Because all of the sound effects that they did with that was all Slash.
So who started that movement? Eddie Van Halen?
I want to say yes. And right now, the person who's doing it the most is Herman Lee, Dragon Force's guy.
I don't know who that is.
The guy who made the people who made Through the Fire and Flames. You know that song.
I do, but yeah.
But just, you know how it's all wacky sounding and futuristic, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's on a piano." No, they just have really fancy ways of touching the guitar to make all these really wacky sounds.
Yeah. Okay. But
Slash.
I don't know the guitar. I'm not like a huge fan of their slower songs, but like November Rain, that guitar solo is pretty nice. that sort of ties
Nice
the
as
song
in-
together well.
Nice as in wholesome, or nice as in Jesus Christ? That's crazy.
It's not a crazy, but it's very.
Sophisticated, wholesome.
I can't say sophisticated because I don't really know what sophisticated is.
Does it sound like a lot of notes?
Sort of, but not
Okay.
like Eruption
What?
by any means. But it's a good guitar solo.
You can't
as far
compare
as guitar
anything
solos
to-
go.
You can't compare anything to Eruption. Eruption was its own demon of just threes and pain, and how do you even go about writing that? Ugh, well, this
Maybe you don't. Maybe could he just have done it?
No.
No, you can't just do that.
You don't just write perfect chord structure and going up and down everything perfectly. And because I know he must have written it because he plays it the same way every time.
Well, maybe they were recording it. I don't know. I don't know this stuff.
No,
very
it's
well.
just look, if you played something the same way every time,
Mm-hmm.
then you recorded it and you've written it and you've practiced it over and over and over and over again. That's the only reason why you would get the same exact thing every time.
No, I know for sure that it would take a lot of practice and stuff, and you would have to eventually put it down on
Yeah.
paper. But maybe at least like
Yeah, one day he was probably just shredding or whatever, and it's like, oh, this sounds cool. Let
yeah, exactly.
me figure out what this sounds like, and then spent hours just figuring out exactly what.
Just adding.
But that's those are crazy musicians that are obsessed with their work, their life's work, and we're blessed now to have all that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, in the '90s, who would you say?
Ooh, literally every underground rapper ever, because it was all the same.
Underground?
Is that the wrong way to say it?
You mean mainstream?
Mainstream, sure. Wow, that's the
That's
literal opposite.
Yeah.
The
I was like,
literal
what are you
opposite.
talking about?
Every mainstream rapper ever.
Dr. Dre, big time.
Literally,
Big time.
it was all the same beat, different words.
He could make beats, but
It was the same beats, different words for literally all. Of course, you're gonna, but blah 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 was this and blah 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 was that. But the majority of it was so much of the same.
yeah. Well, it's all about in those days at least, who's the hardest.
Yeah,
Hardest.
and
dude.
that's kind of translating into where we are now. Like from the '90s to now, it's like a 30-year spell of is who's cooler, who is this, who is that, why is this, why is that. Oh, because of him and because of what he does, I like his music, but because he did this, I don't support that, so I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's actually where this whole segment started off with, is that people like certain rappers and certain whatevers because of what they stand for instead of how good their music is, because most of it sounds the exact same.
So, I mean, for me, I would say, as far as rock music, maybe Nirvana. Although they put out some really good music.
They put out a lot of really good and really different music.
But at the same time, I think people might have just sort of liked Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, but there's got to be a point where we separate.
No, you're right. That's probably pushing it a little bit.
We have to separate, not adoration of the fans, but just separate personas versus like quality of music.
Yeah.
Because, and I guess the same thing could be applied to Michael Jackson too, is that the quality of music was also fantastic. It's just we only really remember maybe 20 of his songs that we actually really, really like. And then there's another 150 that were like, oh, he made that. Cool. I'll buy it. Michael Jackson made it. I'm not sure if Nirvana falls into that, because other than Smells Like Teen Spirit and I can't remember that other song. They have like two really popular songs.
Come As You Are?
No. If I heard it, I'd remember it. I guess I could just...
Just look it up. For me, I wouldn't know because, I mean, I like a lot of their songs, so I wouldn't really know which are the popular ones, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
obviously, Smells Like Teen Spirit is their most popular one.
I'm a mosquito.
Oh, my
Jesus.
God. Wait, why do you even have that? Get
I
that out
don't
of
know.
here.
I punched it and I'm like,
Is
oh
this
no.
it? Get that. Get out of here with that. We don't need that. We got this.
Yeah, we do. It's not heart-shaped boxed. What is it? Is it Come As You Are? It might be Come As You Are. It might be Come As
That's
You
the
Are.
one. I think it starts out with a nice bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might be Come As You Are.
Yeah. No, I like that song.
There's like two songs, really. Wait, what did I just like to do? Oh. I don't know. This computer's not working with me today.
So that's what we're going to roll with?
Yeah, we'll just roll with that for now, I guess. I don't know. To summarize what we were talking, this whole segment, really, it's just people like people. People aren't too into the music these days. People just love...
These days, for sure.
people just love the artist and what they stand for, what they've done, and it goes for way more than just music, like it just pop
So
culture.
what you're saying what they do outside of that?
Yeah, it goes well.
That explains why every artist these days has a stance on.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
certain things.
and that's what I'm saying. Like everybody that's outspoken in political world or whatever or anything like that, they kind of have more of a following and more of a social media coverage because then.
Yeah.
You know, then the media picks up on it, and it's like, oh my
Like,
god,
oh, this person's so good, they can do no wrong. And I think, I'm not going to get into that.
That's a whole other segment for a whole other day. Media is how the media literally has to.
I think we've covered all this stuff pretty
Yeah.
moderately over
Yeah.
the last however many podcasts we've been talking about stuff like this.
What specifically?
Just like political stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've been pretty moderate about it, but
I'm trying to be.
if we say the wrong thing, we're going to get...
I love
We're
the
gonna get
internet. It's great. Also, we're doing a nice red versus blue. I just realized that.
We're not matching again. The good. I didn't like that. Made me very
You like
uncomfortable.
that? You like that?
I know you guys like that edit. All right, that was all me. All me. I insert beautiful.
I'm proud of you, Eric.
Yeah.
While I was busy.
But
going
good job
and
coming
getting-
up with that. You know.
I didn't come up with anything. Kirk Cousins said it.
I know, but I'm just saying
It was
you
awesome.
remembered it. Perfect. It made for a good edit
All right.
for all 8 people to see.
So what's next? What do you want to do next? You want to just dive into this NBA crap because it's
Yeah.
oh well.
Okay, so if you're not into sports, we'll see you later,
Peace.
and tune in next week for some good stuff. We don't, like we said, we don't know what we're talking about next week at all.
We'll see what happens in the real world, and then we'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
we might actually need to get back into some current events and news. We haven't done that for a little while.
Because we're in a really, really boring time.
Yeah.
Everything right now is all about political justice. This and don't offend me that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a whole bunch of let's not record anything about that and say the wrong thing.
Exactly. That's what sucks. Like with especially YouTube these days, you can't really say
You can't
what's
say
on your mind if it doesn't necessarily agree with what's on
I
the
mean,
right people's
you can.
minds, I guess.
You just can't say anything polarizing that literally triggers the entire internet, and then you're dead.
Yeah.
Even something as little as this, if somebody gets that and they're like, oh my god, these two losers just said blah blah blah.
Yeah.
GG Nori.
We're not going to be able to tell the difference.
Yeah,
with
honestly, we're not going to because
all
of how
the
much we're
spikes.
spiking.
I'm gonna be working my ass off to edit this.
All right. Well, I didn't realize that we were going to be spiking that much. I thought it sounded all right. We
So as you could tell, we're back, ready for.
Kicking it off
As a jerk. All right.
Kicking it off with Wayne. Just,
I know
just
you
let
guys
cut
saw
that
the
off.
animation where it's. I did that. I came up with that. It's genius, right?
You done jerking yourself off?
No,
We get it. You know how to edit now.
I am so proud of that because. All right.
Oh, honestly,
I'm going to take you guys back a few months before all this stuff started. I was looking for an editor, and I'm really bad with computers. You can ask Wayne. I'm the worst. I'm like a caveman. All right. So I was
Hey,
like,
Eric, set up your microphone.
We're not talking about that.
Yeah,
We're not talking
oh,
about it.
pal.
All right. So for the months, I was like, all right, I need an editor. I'm making YouTube videos. Like, I need somebody to edit my videos, and couldn't find anybody. Nobody wanted to commit to it because I couldn't pay anybody to do it because I don't have money like that. And eventually, it got to the point where I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna get Adobe Premiere, and I'm gonna.
Oh, my Adobe expired. I just remembered that. Sorry, totally off topic, but I have to go.
So that's why he's not editing this.
No,
stuff.
I have to go reinstall the crack. I forgot about that.
Okay. Anyways,
Shit.
so I was like, all right, let me just download this. I'm gonna give it a try. Messed around with it a little bit. I was like, all right, this is really complicated. Gave up. Another month later, started watching some YouTube videos on it because I was really getting desperate. I was like, all right, I need to figure out how to do this. And I just sat down, watched some videos, and did it at the same time as I was watching the videos. And then I literally figured it out, and now I'm pretty good at it. So that's why I'm so happy and proud that I can actually edit. Because for the longest time, I was like, if you would have asked me a year ago that I'd be editing videos, I'd be like, you're crazy.
If you
There's
asked-
no way in hell.
If you literally asked this kid when he was in that bio class with me, he
I would have been like,
hell.
no. Oh man, I'm making this so hard for myself. I'm gonna have to go through and.
Yeah, we have So
we've been
okay.
let loose this.
So now I'm gonna just say it because even though you don't want me to, we were recording all this time, but Eric never set up the microphone. He never went into the control panel and set up the mic. So we've been using a bunch we've been either recording through headphones or recording through something else, and we're wondering why does this sound so bad when we're using like actual decent quality stuff. And now it works, so we're spiking a lot. Thanks, Eric. But
yeah, so the audio should be a lot better now. I didn't know. I thought you just plug it in and it works, right? I mean, wouldn't that make sense,
No,
right? It's a cord, you plug it in, bada bing, bada boom, it works.
That's not how hardware works.
It should.
It's not how hardware works.
Anyways, we figured it out in the end, so that's what matters.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not good with computer stuff.
All right. So
laugh it up if you want. All right. I'm sorry. You know, whatever.
You better be editing some laughter and some like everything there. Because,
yeah, that's the thing. I make some pretty funny edits, I think. So.
Okay. Well, now
like the Brie Larson thing. Oh my, that was gold. That was gold.
All right. So now we're actually gonna kick it off with Wayne. Maybe I'm not gonna scream it this time, so Eric doesn't have to edit that. What are we starting with? This is
yeah, really. Half this is just gonna be distorted audio.
Oh joy! This is NFC East week, the most competitive division in football. So at the bottom of the division, the Giants. Do I really need to say anything? With the number 6 pick in the NFL draft, the New York Giants select Daniel Jones, quarterback out of Duke. Some scrubby little kid. He's like
probably got an arm on him.
No. He's literally Eli Manning 2.0.
So that's good.
Not really. Eli Manning is like a quarterback that, yeah, you can win a quarterback with them, or you could win a Super Bowl with them, but I wouldn't say it's because of them.
So you're saying it's the other players around him?
It's like, honestly, yeah. And the problem is they're paying them a lot of money. Then they traded away OBJ to the Cleveland Browns. How do you trade away Odell Beckham Jr.? I don't care what he does. His talent is ridiculous. So they traded away him. They got rid of their safety.
Did they get anybody good in return?
No.
No? So why
Oh, they got a safety. They got a safety out of it. I forget who he is.
It's no big deal.
Nah, it's really not.
You can just tell me later and I'll flash it on the screen.
Whatever. Yeah, the Giants just are not going to be very good. They have a really rough schedule and they're in a really rough division. Like, there's one other punching bag, but they're going to go 4-12, maybe 2-12. Even that out.
Not 2-12.
Or it'd be 2-14. Call it 3-13. Like, honestly, they're really, really going to be bad.
So which one do you want? 3-13?
3-13. Fine, I'm right in the middle. Because they're going to be even worse.
Bang.
I can't even believe I'm saying this, but the Washington Redskins are not going to be the worst team in that division. Their quarterback literally broke his leg to the point where they almost had to amputate it.
Really?
Yeah, Alex Smith. He got injured so badly last year that it got like infected and all that. He was in critical care for like a few weeks.
That's crazy. Well, how about that Dolphins player that got his arm amputated?
Yeah, that's, oh my god, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, that sucks. But I mean, at the same time, so what was his position?
He was a tackle.
Okay, so
you need your.
I don't know much here. All right, I'm just putting it out there. Would he possibly, since it got amputated at the elbow, would he possibly be able to get a prosthetic or something so he could still use it?
No way.
You don't think?
No, because one, it'll be either a competitive disadvantage or he'll be at a disadvantage.
What about those track people that run on the?
That's different. That's totally different because they're all amputees.
That's true, I guess.
Yeah. Heart goes out to that dude. I forget. I'm gonna look up his name. It's disrespectful to not even say it.
Yeah. I can't even imagine what he's going through. I mean,
Jesus, I can't even think about that with his name. Kendrick Norton. Yeah, Kendrick Norton. It cost him his left arm. No alcohol or drugs involved. Just wrong place at the wrong time. Hope he has a speedy recovery. But to get over that, let's talk about how awful the Redskins are going to be because they don't have a quarterback or really an offense. And Darius Geis is injured again. And he hasn't played a down of NFL football yet. So let's just say that they're going to go 4-12. They'll be better than the Giants because the Giants are just tragic, but the Redskins are going to suck. Which brings us to probably the most hated team in the entire NFL. That's not named the Patriots.
No. Yeah, I was going to say no.
That's not named the Patriots. The Dallas Cowboys. And this is going to pay me so much to say. They're going to be really, really good. But if they pay Dak Prescott all that money, they're screwed. He's asking for like $30+ million a year.
Really?
And
that's a lot of money.
And they have a lot of young stars that they still got to pay. And if they pay Dak Prescott that kind of money, they can't keep everybody. They have to pay Zeke next year. And they have to pay...
So do you think he'll go somewhere else then? If they don't want to pay him the max or whatever?
No, because who's going to pay Dak Prescott $30+ million?
I don't know.
Even in free agency, who's going to pay him that much money?
No clue.
He's not worth that much money. Believe me, I get it. I respect what Dak Prescott has done for the Cowboys, but you can't put that much money in a quarterback that isn't like a truly elite quarterback in the game.
I think a lot of these guys really they just think they're so much better than they are.
Well, it's not that. It's if the market demands for a quarterback, then you can overcharge it. It's like, hey, I'm a decent quarterback.
I don't know. I personally don't think there's any point in overpaying anybody in any sports thing because then it ties up.
So what happens if you don't have one?
What do you mean?
So
I'm saying somebody's eventually going to crack and pay it, but like if nobody did, and eventually he just settled for less, it would be better off for the teams because then they wouldn't be tied up in these.
But that's better for the
big
teams.
Contracts.
That's better for. This is a whole segment in itself, honestly. Yeah. Of course, it's better for the teams, but it's not better for the player. The player wants as much money as he possibly can get. But specifically for Dak and the NFL situation. By the way, prepare for a lockout this year.
You think?
Yeah, in all of the major sports.
Why?
There's gonna be a hockey lockout. There's gonna be an NFL lockout probably. There'll probably be. I don't think there'll be oh yeah, no, there might be a basketball lockout this year too.
Why?
Because all the collective bargaining agreements are coming up. And that's like when the Players Association makes deals with the organization and like for the NFL, it's the big argument this year is going to be about franchise tagging. Because you remember the whole Le'Veon Bell situation?
No.
Well, he wanted a long-term contract so that he had job security, but they kept franchise tagging him. And what a franchise tag is basically just one giant lump of money per year.
Okay.
But they could cut ties with you at any time, or they could trade you at any time, and it really wouldn't matter. So it'll be that, and then it'll be money. Well, that'll be a whole segment in itself, and I'll try to break it down very simply. Back to the Cowboys, they're going to be really good. They'll probably go 10-6. They're in a really competitive division between two, because I think the magic number this year to get into the playoffs is 10. Usually it's like 9, but I really think you're going to need 10 this year, and that's just to make it into the wild card. Dallas Cowboys 10-6, and then Philly's going to win the division. They're unbelievably loaded. Carson Wentz is looking better than he's ever looked before. He's finally getting along with his teammates, which I was really surprised to read that they didn't really like him that much. They liked Nick Foles a lot better, but then they traded Nick Foles to Jacksonville, and now Carson Wentz is really assuming the role of the leader of the team. They still have this rotating defensive line that's just. It's so frustrating. I could imagine playing against them is probably the most frustrating thing ever. Carson Wentz is good. What's his face? Deshaun Jackson is back. Deshaun Jackson is speedster down the corner. He'll be really good. And then they still have Doug Peterson or Doug Marrone. I can't remember who's the coach for the whatever. Doug something. I think it's Doug Peterson. He'll be a great coach. They'll be a great team. They have an excellent front office.
Ow, jeez, man.
Clooney's attacking Eric again. As he always does during this segment, because my dog is just
football fan. Ow.
Sure, he's
Dude, you need to stop, bro.
Just pick him up.
I want his breath in my face.
Okay, well, he's just going to claw you again.
And I'm not just being a jerk. Like, his breath
his breath genuinely stinks. I have to go buy him some greenies.
Like, I don't even know.
He needs a bath, too. Just dog maintenance. But, yeah, Philly's going to go 12-4. I really think that it's going to be a tight division between those two the entire year. But then during the head-to-heads, I think Philly's going to beat Dallas, and that's all I got for football.
Okay.
Whatever tangent we went on.
Yeah, we went off a little bit there, but whatever.
But that was kicking off for the real meat and potatoes of this podcast that I've been dying to get into. Because we haven't really recorded a lot. Like, We haven't recorded a podcast in like 3 weeks, and in 3 weeks, the entire NBA has gone from the Warriors are going to win again to Jesus Christ, who's going to win this year? I have no idea.
I actually prefer it this way by far.
Everybody does, because everybody has a
Everybody's got. There's so many teams that have a shot at winning.
There's like
if the Raptors could win
with just
year,
Kawhi.
I mean, literally. There's at least 10 teams that could possibly win this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 12 that have like a shot at being good.
Yeah.
So, when we come back, let's really break this up. This is going to be the big old meat and potatoes of this podcast. I've been dying to get into this.
Yeah, me too. This is going to be good.
All right. See you guys in a sec.
Jimmy Buckets!
Just the way we started this off. All right. So let's start with the East. Let's start from the East and the lowest team that has a shot in the East. No, I wouldn't even say that. I would say the Raptors are probably at the very, very bottom. But
I wouldn't even say they really have a shot.
They have Pascal Siakam. They have A-Star.
For now.
That's true. Well, let's start with Miami anyway, because I know you've been waiting to get me into this. You've been itching to be, I told you.
We picked up Jimmy Butler. We had a shot at getting Westbrook. I really wish we would have gotten Westbrook. Why?
No. Look,
Two alphas?
Yeah. We'll get into Westbrook when we get to...
Well, I know you have a thing with Westbrook. You say you can't win with Westbrook.
You can't win with Russell Westbrook.
I don't believe that's true at all.
Look at it. Well,
I think if you can get his head in the right
wait till
spot,
we get to Houston for that. Back to Miami.
Okay. Right,
Jimmy
right.
Butler to Miami is an excellent pickup for Miami. Of course.
He is a Miami Heat guy. Textbook.
Of course, Pat Riley gets the exact guy that... Of course, it's going to work so well. And if they can pick up like a Bradley Beal or
not Chris Paul.
Pascal Siakam, don't pick up Chris Paul.
That would be a huge mistake, but I know it's in the cards.
No, because if he buys out of his contract, he'll be an unrestricted free agent.
Oh, okay. So we wouldn't have to get rid of anybody. That's true.
You wouldn't have to. One, you wouldn't have to get rid of anybody, and two, you wouldn't have to give him a $20 million deal. You could probably give him like a $10 million deal, and he'd be okay with it because he's approaching the end of his career.
I wouldn't mind that then.
Yeah,
But
no, Miami. I really think you're probably a lock to be the 4 seed, maybe higher, probably lower. 4 is I think your ceiling, and the absolute worst thing is like Jimmy Butler gets injured. But even if your roster is good, your roster is good enough to finish somewhere.
I mean, who do we have that? Okay, so let's break this down a little bit for Miami because I know Miami.
Yeah.
So for guys who, their potential isn't really known at this point, I would say Winslow. What's going on?
I don't know. Continue. No, go ahead.
Sorry. Winslow, Bam, Derek Jones, those guys in particular. What's his name? Tyler Hero, rookie picked up.
I'm not too sure about him.
He seems like a scorer, like just straight up.
From what I've seen from the summer league, I'm not too sure that he's gonna. It's just my friend. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
Probably not coming yet. I'm not sold on a lot of these young prospects, but I don't know the roster as well as you do.
You're right. I don't think he's necessarily going to come in and just be a great player, but I think he has potential to, especially in Miami's system. Miami is known for really getting the best out of their players, and I think that really is going to...
That's Pat Riley. That's Pat Riley in that front office. And
Spoelstra, the way he works with these guys.
When I say Pat Riley, I really mean that entire front office that they have. It's just... I'm really surprised that Jimmy opted to go there.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, and as far as guys who are probably going to be coming off the bench, I mean, we have Dragic still. We have Olynyk.
Yeah.
We have...
Miami is a very deep roster. And a lot of these teams have a very, very deep roster. Yeah. Which is why I think you guys have you have a chance to get to the conference finals, but that's only if you get a favorable matchup and there are some injuries on the other team. Because I don't think you're going to beat...
I think it really just depends on how we start off and how... Oh, we got Deion Waiters still, too.
Dude, because you're not beating the 76ers.
I think we could if we...
No way.
No, just hear me out here. I think we could if these guys really sort of step it up this year. Because if you think about it, we have Udonis Haslem, which is a guy who's known to really get these players in the right mindset.
Dude.
And get them the right work ethic.
No,
Jimmy Butler as well. He does the same sort of thing.
Mentally, yes, you can build yourselves up. But what I'm saying is if you come up against a relatively healthy Philadelphia 76er team, that's it. You're in a 7-game series.
Okay, well, one thing. What was I going to say? Defense wins championships, and this is going to be a defensive team for sure.
Joel Embiid,
Okay.
Ben Simmons,
But if we lock...
and Al Horford.
Yeah.
Who's scoring?
For them? Or who
For you. Who's
for
your
us?
scorer?
Butler,
Okay,
Winslow,
Joel Embiid on Jimmy
Dragic.
Butler. Done.
What?
Joel Embiid on Jimmy Butler. Done. He's scoring 20 points. Next.
Joel Embiid's not going to guard Butler.
Why wouldn't he?
He's way too tall. Butler's going to be too quick for him.
No.
Yeah?
Okay. So let's not put him. Let's
So
put
he
Al
put-
Horford on him.
Realistically, they're going to put Josh Richardson on him.
No, they're not.
Why wouldn't they?
Because you don't put some scrub
He's not a scrub. This
in
guy...
comparison to the 3 I'm talking about.
We're talking about on defense.
You
Josh
don't. Okay.
Richardson is a great defender.
Okay,
He locked up Kawhi. I
He
don't
did
remember
not
what
lock
game.
up Kawhi.
There was a game where he did. He
Stop,
locked
stop.
him.
Okay, stop,
Kawhi
stop,
couldn't get
stop,
a shot
stop,
off.
Stop. We're not doing that.
I think
We're
it was a
moving
game-
on. We're moving on to Philly. Because Philly is stacked. I don't know who's going to beat Philly in the East. The East is really, really weak right
Yeah,
now.
no, Philly's gonna have a good team. I'm not denying that.
Philly is stacked. The one thing I will say is they don't have a lot of shooters anymore.
Okay.
They don't have that many shooters. But the paint, you're not scoring in the paint. They have 3 bigs that are elite in the league. 3. Al Horford, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons. I'm not
I
talking...
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not scoring in the paint. And that's why I'm saying that when those 3 are starting, they're gonna guard Jimmy Butler. That's the one problem I have with the Heat. It's that you're great and you're excellent, but you only have one superstar. And you can talk about people emerging into all-stars and stuff like that, but you only have one superstar.
That's true.
The Sixers have
I
3
don't know.
superstars.
I think if our bench is better than
No.
theirs, yes, because then when their starters aren't in, the bench can sort of gain some ground on them and stuff. You know,
Have you not learned from LeBron that it doesn't matter?
LeBron's not on their team.
It doesn't matter,
They
dude.
don't have a player close to LeBron.
Dude, as much as Ben Simmons is close, if he gets
No,
a jump,
not really.
if he gets a jump shot,
But
he's
he
really
doesn't.
close. All I'm saying is this: if you have a bunch of superstars, that's all. That's enough. And for the Sixers, they are loaded. They got like I said, Joel Embiid, Al Horford, and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, if he's in the paint, he's scoring. It's
Okay, so how about this? How do you think these guys are going to play together? Do you think they're going to...
excellent.
Really?
No, the 2 that I don't like Kawhi. I don't like putting
Embiid
and Simmons together. Yeah, I think it's a really, really bad combination. But
So you don't think that's going to be the downfall for them?
no, because I think they're going to trade Embiid.
You think so?
I really think they're going to trade him. And you know where I think they're going to try to trade him to?
Let me think.
Golden State.
For...
D'Angelo Russell.
That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
But they would need more than just Russell.
Oh, yeah, you can
But-
get some picks or
Yeah.
whatever out of it, but you trade a big for a guard when Clay comes back. Clay will be back by the trading deadline. You make that trade, you get yourself a guard for those 2, and the Golden State gets himself an elite big.
I don't know.
GG.
I don't know if Golden State would want to do that because they like
Why?
they like small ball. That's not small ball if you're running Embiid in there.
Was Iggy not a big?
No.
Oh,
He's
really?
like 6'9".
Oh, really? So who's going to guard LeBron? Who's going to guard LeBron on that
Draymond?
team? Okay, who's going to guard AD? Who's going to guard Kawhi? Who's going to guard Paul George?
I don't know their roster
Okay,
that well,
so-
but I'm just saying they don't.
Moving on from
traditionally don't
moving
like
on from
having
the
big
Sixers.
men.
Moving on from the Sixers because
Look how well Cousins worked out.
we're going to take 20 years on the Sixers and how well he worked out. He was only there for like 3 months.
I'm just saying. He didn't really fit. He was just
Talk
sort
about
of in the way.
talk
it
about the
seemed like.
Raptors for a second because
Okay.
I feel bad that I haven't let you in yet.
Huh?
All right, the Raptors. That's where we are. We're getting off of. Oh, look! Now you'll be
Yeah,
able to tell the spike.
that Really,
Good old clap.
yeah.
So, yeah, now that Kawhi left Toronto, they're kind of just screwed completely. I really think that they're not. They're going to make the playoffs still probably because they have a deeper roster.
Yeah, I mean the East is pretty
The
weak
East
too.
is
Yeah.
ridiculously weak.
I mean, it isn't. It isn't. The teams that we have. Name
the other 4 to make the playoffs.
just hold on. That's not the point. Well, the Pistons for one thing.
No, stop it.
How?
Stop it.
They got Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond.
Great. Who's shooting?
This league is broken up into big twos now.
Who's shooting?
Who's shooting?
Who's shooting?
I don't know. I don't know their roster that well. But I know if you got those 2 guys, it's pretty decent.
They barely
compared to the rest, because we don't have.
Dude, they didn't.
We don't have teams with 4 and 5 All-Stars this year.
They didn't make the playoffs this year.
Okay.
Who was in the East this
year? Yes,
they
did. They did make the playoffs. They got like the 8th or the 7th seed.
And who'd they play?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's right. And they played the
Bucks.
They played the Bucks and got swept in the first round. Congratulations, you made the playoffs.
Bucks, all right.
Are they gonna do anything? The Raptors are screwed. Pascal Siakam will probably get. Did you hear that OKC was thinking about trading Paul George and Westbrook to the Raptors for Pascal Siakam and picks?
That's it?
Yeah.
Why?
So Kawhi would stay in the East with them, and then Kawhi would have stayed there.
That's dumb. It's a good thing they didn't do that. I mean,
that would have been. That
it depends on how many picks they get, I guess.
That would have.
But they got a lot of. They got a lot of picks for Paul George.
Yeah, they did get 4. My computer's being annoying. We're at the Raptors.
Okay, so
long story short, the Raptors are just screwed. There really isn't much that they can do. They kind of just have to figure out on their own what they want to do. If they want to rebuild,
they're going to have to.
Or if they want to.
I think Kyle Lowry might get traded.
To where?
I don't know. Anywhere that needs a point guard.
He's not worth that money though. His contract is relatively.
They could still get a couple picks for him though. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
if they want to rebuild.
Trade him to the
and he's getting older too, so there really is no point in them having him.
Trade him to the Knicks, man. Just trade him to the Knicks. Give the Knicks something.
Do they have any picks though?
The Knicks? Yeah, but they're going to need their picks though, because
exactly. So
we're not even talking about the Knicks today.
Well,
let's
Knicks try to think where a good spot for him to go would be.
Kyle Lowry,
Nuggets, maybe.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Jamal Murray, he's a shooting guard, right?
He is a shooting guard.
So that would be a pretty good. That would be a pretty good fit.
I don't value Kyle Lowry that high.
I think he's better.
Oh,
than you.
by the way, Kyle Korver is a free agent right now, and apparently he's going to the Lakers. Yeah, that's another.
Hey.
That's another 3-and-D player for LeBron.
Why not Miami? I wouldn't mind him in Miami. Come off the bench, hit a couple threes.
That would be a good pickup, but why would he want to come to Miami and play with just Jimmy Butler when he can go and play with LeBron and Anthony Davis?
Because Miami is beautiful.
So is LA. Have you ever been?
I haven't.
Yep. Okay.
Nobody wants to live in LA.
So Denver, because they got Jokic and they have a really good young team.
I think that would be a very good fit for him, and that would automatically, level them up a little bit in terms of a
veteran. A veteran.
Well, that it would give them because they're a young team.
They're an extremely young team,
and he's just coming off a championship, so he's got experience.
Yeah, he's a veteran player that.
So I think that would push them forward a couple spots in the West.
No.
Yeah.
I still don't think they're going to be. I think Denver is going to drop to like a 5.
Even if they added him?
Even if they added him.
I think if they added him, they'd move to 4, even 3 possibly.
No, because they got to realize that the regular season doesn't really matter that much. They put a lot of effort into trying to beat
Golden
Golden State.
And you're saying Kyle Lowry's nothing in the playoffs? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
Well, what did he do this year? I didn't really watch it.
He really did not do that much. He came big in the finals.
Yeah.
But during the actual, grind of getting past Philly and sweeping the Pistons, he didn't do as much as I thought he would. But in the finals, he was definitely there. It was the 3 were Kawhi, Lowry, and Pascal Siakam, and they were just for 3, dunk, for 3, dunk. And
do you think he could team back up with DeRozan in San Antonio?
He would love that. He would love that. He would be like, I gave my all to Toronto, now I want to go play with my best friend, and we can go live where there is no taxes in Texas.
Right off into the sunset.
Yeah, because they're both pretty getting up there. Well, not really DeMar DeRozan.
DeRozan's sort of in his prime right now.
Yeah,
he should be. He didn't have that great of a season this year, but the season before,
that's because
he was playing real well.
San Antonio didn't have that good of a season this year, but the Nuggets are going to be good. They're going to be better than everybody thinks, but not as good as some of these talk show people are talking about. So they're talking about them being one of the best teams.
Although nobody saw them being the first team in the West this season. Nobody called that.
They weren't.
They were the first seed.
They were the one? I thought Golden State took the 1.
No, they took the 2.
Oh.
Denver was the first. So, I mean, they have a chance.
No,
especially if they add Lowry.
I don't see it. I really do. They're going to be good, and they might win a playoff series. And Denver is going to be one of those teams that on any given day, they could beat anybody. And that's terrifying, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Portland. I think that's the next one, right?
I mean, Jokic is just...
He's
unbelievable.
Yeah, give it a couple seasons.
All right. Yeah, Portland.
Oof.
Whiteside. I mean, Whiteside.
Who cares? Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. That's
yeah.
Damian Lillard is arguably top.
Well, the Portland fans are calling that Big 3 now.
What Big 3?
With Whiteside.
Shut up. Whiteside's not. Whiteside
He
is not.
could be if he just put the effort
Stop
in,
it.
but he seems like he just doesn't want to
You-
play.
you and
No,
your-
I'm dead serious.
You and your Miami
when
Heat
he
players.
looks like he wants to play and like he's really going hard.
Okay.
He is very, very dominant.
Isn't Whiteside a center or is he a forward? He's a center, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Would you take him or Joel Embiid? Would you take?
Because of Joel Embiid's work ethic being better, I would take him.
Would you take
but
him
if Whiteside had consistent
him
work
or Al
ethic,
Horford? Let's say that they both had the same.
That's kind of different though, because Horford's more of a.
That's true too.
Power
But
forward.
he's been playing center for long.
But you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying if Whiteside can go into Portland with a mentality like, okay, I'm here to play. I'm going to put
Yeah, but
110% effort into this.
you're talking ifs.
He's a dominant player. I mean, nobody can get near the basket with
You're
him.
talking ifs.
Yeah, that's the
and-
thing. I don't know if he's going to change
But
his.
here's what we
head or
do
not.
know.
Because I think in Miami he wasn't happy in Miami, so he was just like, all right.
And he's
I'm
going to be
just
happier in Portland.
Maybe.
How are you not happy?
Okay, the
in Miami?
first thing that happened when he got traded, he was like,
I got shooters.
like he was pumped.
Yeah, he's got Dame Lillard and CJ McCollum.
Exactly, he was
Jeez.
pumped, man.
Look, sure, but I don't buy it. I think
No,
Portland's
you're right.
taking
I honestly don't think he's going to really change that much.
and especially since Portland just paid Damian Lillard the supermax. Now they're under cap issues. So, and whenever Pascal Siakam's thing comes up, he'll probably want something big too. Maybe not a max, but something close to it.
But I think they're going to be good.
They're gonna
I
be
think
great.
They're going to be one of those teams you need to watch out for.
Yes, just
But-
like this year. Like it's
But at the same time, I think there's a chance that they might just completely flop and just not.
yeah. I mean, it really boils down to: is Dame Lillard going to play excellent now that he has his contract? CJ McCollum going to be just as good? Is now that they don't have Kenner and they have Whiteside instead, are they still going to be able to dominate the ball for a long period of time? They're still a great team.
How are Lillard and McCollum as passers? Good, great,
Okay,
Not good.
if LeBron is like the pinnacle of passing right now in the NBA,
sure,
then they're
not that great.
not. I mean, LeBron is just his vision is crazy.
Because that's one thing that made Whiteside so much better was those lobs coming in from Wade.
Oh,
Or
he can.
whoever.
Oh no, they can do that. They can definitely throw good lobs. But they're. I'm just
Even just finding him in the paint though.
Yeah.
Just
No, they can because what Damian Lillard does a lot, and what a lot of point guards do, is they draw the double team, and then they kick it out for somebody to shoot.
yeah.
Because does he have a 3-pointer?
Whiteside.
Yeah,
He does, but he doesn't have a lot of
I got you.
in game threes. But like I've seen, Snapchats of him just knocking him
Of
down.
course, but that's dude.
and also his percentage is very good. I think he's only missed like 1 3 in his career, and he's made like 3. So like,
But he
3 out of
made
4.
like
so
3.
75%.
great,
I'm just saying that's
great, cool,
I think he actually can
dude.
shoot threes.
But here's the problem: he got traded to the West.
yeah.
The West is a whole different ball game than the East. And sticking with the West, I just looked at your thing. Utah. Did you see all the moves that Utah made? The Jazz?
Sort
Now they have Mike Conley playing with Donovan
Yeah.
Mitchell. That's huge in itself.
That'll give him a lot of experience.
Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell on one team. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
I really.
Well, who else do they have?
Oh, as soon as this decides to load up, I'll tell you. I'm trying to remember. They got somebody from who was that guy from the Bucks? He was on the Bucks, and then they signed him to like a $20 million deal.
It wasn't Middleton, was it? No.
Maybe.
No, they still got Middleton.
You sure? Check.
Yeah. I'll search up.
I can't remember, but they signed somebody from the Bucks, and they got more bigs. They got more bigs, and that saved their roster from being mediocre.
Oh, Rudy Gobert.
Rudy
He's
Gobert.
good. Joe Engel's good.
Rudy Gobert, I think,
The
is
rest
what
of
I'm
these
thinking
guys
about.
are like just good role players. I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly. But they have an excellent starting five. Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert. Like they're going to be very good. They're going to be just like who was it that we said that on any given day they could be anybody?
Denver.
Denver. Like they're going to be like Denver that on any given day they could be anybody. Look at that roster, dude. They're stacked. They are unbelievably stacked.
Who'd they draft?
Does it matter? Look at their starting
They
five.
got Bogdanovich. He's good. He
Yep.
can shoot.
Yep.
Ed Davis. He's
Yep.
good. Jeff Green.
Jeff Green.
He's a consistent.
Long story short, they're not
And then a
awful.
bunch of
Yeah, a bunch of whatevers.
I don't know those.
They're not awful. They're really not. Who's next on that thing? Because Utah.
There's not much else we could say about Utah. I mean,
they're just very, very.
They're probably
good.
going to hang around at that 7-6 seed. You think? That's my guess.
Maybe.
Okay,
Who's
so
next
then
after
we
the Jazz?
have
The Warriors. They're still going
They
to
went.
stop. Can people stop with that? They're still the freaking Warriors.
But
What do you mean? But they're still
okay. But like, who do they have besides their starters now? I guess we need to look that up as well.
I had it all, but you know.
I mean, it's always something with us, with our technology. Literally. Alright, how do I look? Oh, here we go. More NBA teams.
Golden State is going to be very good. They still have Steph Curry and Draymond Green healthy. That's Steph's pick and roll partner.
Yeah.
They will still be able to nail threes.
Didn't they get rid of Sean Livingston?
They didn't pay him. He's currently a free agent, I think.
Okay. And then they got D'Angelo Russell, but he's probably going to get traded.
Yeah, and if he gets...
other than that, they don't have anybody, really. I don't know any of these
Stop
people.
It. Since when did you know
Willie
anybody on the
Cauley-Stein,
Warriors?
he's all right.
Since when did you know anybody on the Warriors outside of the starting
That's what I'm
five?
saying, but they had a better starting five than they have now.
I'm not saying that they're going to be...
And next season is a different story because they'll have Clay back. But right now, without Clay, I mean, they got Curry and Draymond. And D'Angelo, depending on what happens with that.
I'm not saying that they're going to be bad. Or they're going to be, the Warriors that we've known all these years. But they're still going to be a very difficult team to beat.
Yeah, no, they're going to be one of those good teams, but I don't think...
They're still the
I don't
Warriors.
think they're cracking the top three.
I don't know. Everything in my body is saying, oh no, the Warriors are done. They're done. They can't possibly be what we've known them to be all this time. That's ridiculous. Come on. But I have this feeling that it's just going to be Steph for 3, Draymond for 3, then Clay's going to come back for 3, and they're probably going to trade D'Angelo Russell for another
That's the thing,
big.
though, they don't have as many options now, too, so they're going to get locked up.
What do you mean locked up?
Okay, so when
There's
you have...
there's 3 guys.
Okay, so when they had Kevin Durant on the floor, added to the other 3
They
guys...
still have 3 guys.
Okay, but that's why I'm... Not really. They don't have Clay right now.
Steph, Draymond, D'Angelo Russell.
Okay, well... Again, it's tough, though, because we don't know what's going to happen with D'Angelo Russell.
He's probably going to be there until the trading deadline.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Until Clay gets healthy. He's probably a rental for that.
That would make sense. But
They're still the Warriors. As much as people want to just totally release the idea that the Warriors are really good, or they were really good, now they suck, they're still excellent.
I don't know. I'd say they probably get 4 seed behind
Maybe.
Lakers, Clippers, and Rockets.
But here's the thing. Even if they do, they're in the playoffs, and that's all they need.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Once they're in the playoffs, it just comes down to matchups.
But at the same time, we don't know how long Clay's going to take to recover. It might take longer than they expect.
I don't know. We'll see.
Especially if they rush it again, like they did with Durant.
I think they're not. I don't think they're going to do that. So, yeah,
Right,
the Warriors are just going
anyways,
to be good.
Rockets.
I don't buy it.
No?
Not one bit.
2 alphas?
Too much personality. Too much. I want to shoot the ball.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that. I think Harden is a hard guy to play with. I think he really is. I think he's got an ego and.
No, I think if you had like a Harden and Clay.
Well, Clay doesn't really have an ego.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
if you paired Harden up with somebody else who's totally independent.
Yeah.
I think you could have.
So about like Kawhi.
Oh my God! If you paired him up with Kawhi, that's a wrap. Or
Paul George.
Or if you or if you paired him up with
LeBron.
No. LeBron is the
LeBron is
the
guy.
alpha of alphas.
Yeah.
So I just don't buy D'Antoni's system of they kept Rivers, right? They kept Austin Rivers. They kept most of their roster, but I just don't buy the idea.
Yeah, I think it's going to be another Chris Paul situation with maybe a little bit more faster pace.
No, because the thing is, Russell Westbrook is still a really, really, really good player.
No, I know. That's
So,
what I'm saying. He's going to push the pace.
The thing is with Chris Paul is that he was definitely declining and aging. And you could see that very, very easily. So it made sense why they did it. I understand why they did what they did, but just maybe I'm just being a cynic right now and saying that there's too much 3-point, because there's a point where the game isn't all about just if you can hit a 3 or not.
Well, these guys aren't particularly 3-point shooters. They're
Really?
sort of all around players.
James Harden isn't a 3-point shooter.
He hits threes. Don't get me wrong, but he can do anything.
Russell Westbrook isn't a 3-point shooter.
He can hit them, but he does a lot of things, man. He drives to the basket hard.
I will take
averages a triple double for a reason.
I will take maybe 5 other teams in the West before I take the Rockets.
Okay, I don't agree. I think they're gonna not make it very deep in the playoffs, but I still think they're probably gonna get the 3rd seed.
I will literally take the 3 teams above these guys before I take them. The team that nobody's talking about, I just saw it. The freaking Mavs. Nobody is talking about them because everybody
They're
forgot.
Still pretty young.
Everybody just forgot how good Kristaps is.
I did. I know he's going to be their guy.
And
it just depends on.
And they still have that
Doncic.
They have Luka Doncic.
It depends on.
And
how
guess
he develops.
you want to know the crazy part?
What?
They still have a max contract spot.
Let me look at. Really?
Yep. So what if they traded for D'Angelo Russell? And I don't know if they have any bigs in Dallas right now. Oh, excuse me.
I mean, Porzingis is a big.
No,
he's
but they're
not.
not. They're not trading Porzingis. Porzingis on the Warriors.
No. Oh, I didn't understand.
God,
what you were
kill
saying.
us. Kill every one of us if Kristaps goes to the Warriors.
They got Giannis's brother on there.
Oh wow.
Tim Hardaway Jr. He's a solid.
Oh,
Seth Curry.
Seth went to the.
Trey Burke.
Oh man, I didn't.
Justin Jackson.
I forgot about. So they got some shooters now. So not only do they have
Courtney Lee. Courtney Lee's good.
So
they got Boban.
Oh no! Not only do they have some shooters, but they have bigs.
DeLon Wright.
They have like the big of all bigs, Kristaps.
Yeah, 7'3". They got this guy.
Oh my god! So yeah, I would take the Mavs over the Rockets. Look at that roster. Just look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It just depends. I don't know. It depends how they play together. Honestly, not these guys, but the Rockets.
I don't see it. I see the Mavs being a really really good team that nobody's thinking about, like the dark horse in the West.
No, I agree with you.
Dark
on that.
horse in the West.
I think they're a really solid.
Oh
team.
my lord, they are excellent. Yeah, I just looked at it too. Looking at the battery. Yeah. All right, let's try to make this simple.
Okay, so we'll just.
I mean,
how many teams we got left? Not very many.
Probably like 3.
Okay, so Nets.
The Nets are.
We can't really say much about the Nets. They got Kyrie. They're not going to have Durant until at least the playoffs, but probably not even until next season.
I don't. I think that they're not going to play Kevin Durant at all this season.
Yeah, that would be the safe.
Play it safe and be like, hey, get healthy. Don't rush yourself back into this. Even if we make the playoffs and we make it far, don't. Because this is the East. They're going to make the playoffs. Even if they didn't have Kyrie, they made the playoffs. Now they have Kyrie. They'll make the playoffs in one of the top 3 or 4 seeds.
Okay.
Maybe less.
I don't think so. I disagree. I think with just Kyrie, I think they'll maybe get like 7 or 8 in there.
All I want right now is for the Nets to get into a series against the Celtics.
The healthy Nets?
Healthy Nets. No. Any Nets. Just Kyrie going back to Boston after what he did.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's all I want. That's all I want.
He's going to get booed big time.
That's good. Oh, man. Kemba versus Kyrie.
So then we have
the
Clippers.
The big 2 that everybody's talking about. And with these 2, I can't separate them. I really can't. You're asking me to pick between LeBron or Kawhi, and then between
Paul George and Kawhi. I mean, that is defense, offense.
That is honestly just as good as LeBron and AD. Okay,
but they have Cousins as well on the Lakers.
Stop it.
What?
I love Boogie, but he's not the same person that he was.
You don't think he's gonna get better this season?
He'll be better. He'll average like maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 points a game. But he's not going to be that dominant 30-something points with 14 rebounds and...
Well, he's not going to need to.
Well, they would want him to, is what I'm saying.
Not really, because if you got LeBron and AD, I mean, they're going to do the majority of the scoring. They're just going to need him there to be a good rebounder and Make
That's what I'm saying. But
make
even,
some shots when they're not in the game.
that's what I'm saying. But even rebounding, look at the Laker roster.
I mean,
they have Jeff.
Oh, sorry, we're not talking about the Lakers. We're talking about the Clippers.
Right.
So Clippers, they've got Patrick Beverly, Wilson Chandler,
Paul. Look, all I needed to
Montrezl
see.
Harrell.
All I needed to see was Patrick Beverly locking down defense on one person, Kawhi locking down on somebody else.
They got some good defenders. Rodney McGruder. You probably don't know who that is, but he's a really hard-nosed guy.
Dude, they are the most stacked team in the West.
Lou Williams.
Lou Williams, the sixth man of the year for like 10 years in a row now.
Other than that, I don't know. They're deep, but they're not that deep. Oh, we talked about the Sixers, right?
We did.
We didn't even talk about Tobias Harris.
He left, didn't he?
No.
Oh.
They signed him to a max.
So they still have shooting. Great. So now they even
I'm
have
just
shooting.
saying, we didn't mention him.
You know who we didn't
That's
talk?
pretty big.
Yeah, and we'll get into that later. Just, oh my God. Kawhi and Paul George on a team with Patrick those are three of the best defenders in the league.
No, without a doubt.
Those are maybe the three best defenders in the league.
Mm-hmm.
That is ridiculous when you think about it. And they have shooting. They have bigs.
Yeah, they're gonna be all right. I think they'll get the two behind the Lakers, which
I don't know.
I
think the Lakers
that's my
might.
vote.
I think the Lakers might be second fiddle to the Clippers.
I don't think so.
But then again,
with LeBron and AD and Boogie,
yeah. But
and then let's see who else.
remember, this is year 17 of LeBron. He's been doing this for 17 seasons.
Yeah, and you could tell he definitely took a little bit of a decline.
Well, that's only because he got
season.
injured. Before he got injured, he was still the best player in the league.
Still, all right. So Lakers, they're
Lakers
pretty deep.
are
They got
so
Avery Bradley.
stacked.
They got Avery Bradley, Quinn Cook. He's okay.
Whatever.
I guess.
No, whatever.
Jared
with the little
Dudley,
guys.
Danny Green,
They got Their starting five
Kyle
is going
Kuzma,
to be.
JaVale McGee.
Their starting
They got
five is
Rondo.
going to be Rondo,
Lance
LeBron.
Stevenson.
Rondo, LeBron, AD, Kuzma, and Danny Green. That's their starting
They're not
five.
going to start Boogie.
No. Why would you?
Why wouldn't you?
Where would he play?
Center.
That's Anthony Davis.
No, he plays the 4.
Where's LeBron playing? The 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so
He's played the 3.
Boogie doesn't. Why
plenty
would,
of times.
why would he start Boogie? Well, I guess they might. He might be more healthy now. Because
they're
remember,
probably
he's
gonna-
coming.
okay, so
he
I
is
say
coming
that-
off the injury.
It's going to be Rondo.
Rondo, Kuz.
Can Kuzma play the
Yes.
2?
Yes.
He's 6'9", though.
Yes.
All right, so Rondo, Kuzma,
LeBron,
LeBron,
AD,
Davis,
and-
and Boogie.
Oh man. No matter how you put it, it's just so stacked.
Yeah.
Danny Green isn't going to be coming off the bench. If anything, Kuz will come off the bench.
You might be right.
If
yeah,
any-
that probably.
Or you put,
And then he's a better fit for the 2 spot
or
anyways.
you put LeBron at the point. Because
And then bring Rondo off the bench.
Yeah, you put LeBron at the point,
Danny at the 2. And
Danny at
then
the 2,
Kuzma at the 3.
Kuz at the 3, then Boogie.
They got
AD.
a lot of options.
It's so,
And they'll probably switch it up depending on the matchup.
of
too.
course, and they have a good coach too. What's his face from Indiana?
I don't even know.
I forgot the coach's name, but like he's given LeBron a run for his money a few times, and I just can't believe that
Oh, Frank Vogel.
Frank Vogel. There you go.
All right, so we need to wrap this up because our camera's about to die.
Yeah. So
So that's that.
That's that part of the NBA, and then just wrapping up
Just
really
craziness.
quickly, the two teams that are interesting but aren't going to be good, the Pelicans. It's very interesting.
Yeah,
it's very interesting what they did. They basically got a whole new team,
Yeah.
and the Knicks are. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Heart goes out to any New York Knicks, any New York sports fans. This is awful for
And
them.
then Boston, they're not going to be very good either.
They're still going to be like in the playoffs though.
Yeah, but I just don't think
They're not going to be title
they're not gonna-
contenders,
yeah, no.
but they're still going to be playoff teams.
Yeah.
The New York Knicks are just what I don't know what to say. That's tragic. They absolutely blew this.
Yeah.
You know why, right? Did you like read into it?
Not really.
So, KD and Kyrie both originally wanted to go to the Knicks.
Okay.
They arranged for it to happen. The Knicks didn't want to offer KD the max because they were concerned about his injury. And they said that they didn't want to pay the max contract to somebody who they can't guarantee is fully healthy. It makes sense.
I heard some people say that he's not going to come back the way he was.
No, he'll be, even if he's 80% of what he was, He's 7 foot. He's got like a 10-foot wingspan, and can shoot a fadeaway 3 from like 7 feet in the air. What are you going to do about that?
You're right.
You can't guard that. So hey, New York, you do you, but that was very dumb. Yeah. Even if you don't,
and then match that up with RJ Barrett.
Yeah, because then it would be KD, RJ, and Kyrie. Because KD was going to come with Kyrie. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? You could.
They're happy in Brooklyn, so.
Oh my goodness! And just the Knicks, man. I feel so bad. I was watching all the Stephen A. compilations.
Oh really?
Oh my god, he's losing his mind and literally just crying because the team is so tragic. But that's NBA world. The entire league flipped because Kevin Durant decided to leave and Kawhi decided to leave, and now nobody knows who's going to win. My money's, I'm going to still say the Lakers.
Yeah, me too.
Because LeBron on a comeback tour. As if LeBron...
You know he wants to win. He didn't get to the playoffs last year. He's just going to completely turn it around.
As if LeBron, of all people, needs an excuse to be good.
Yeah.
He's just going to come and destroy everybody.
I agree. All right, well, that's that.
Got anything else?
Any final thoughts here?
In terms of NBA world?
In terms of anything.
I forgot the password to this. I've been trying for the last 10 minutes.
I think we covered everything.
We did.
You know what to do. Leave a comment.
Comment, like, subscribe, all that.
All that good stuff. Give us some feedback. Nobody's done that yet. So, so do it. Gotta be honest with these people, man. All 20 of them.
Yikes.
Right.
Whatever, just cue the llama.
I think that it's gonna be a running joke until we actually get more subscribers.
No, even when we do, it's gonna still be the joke. Just roll the freaking llamas.
Llamas. Yeah,
Bye.
Roll the llamas.